Let us now look at an example of scaffolding from a real classroom. Let's assume this is a language arts, English language classroom where the teacher is trying to teach sentence structure to students that involves the use of commas and conjunctions. Now that's a skill. Where do you put a comma? When do you add a conjunction? Do you put a comma before the conjunction, and so on? So the teacher puts 2-3 examples on the board, shares it with the students, may open the English reader, the text, and show some examples from there. And that's the I bit of the I-V-U approach. Then she gives time to the students to find out and experience on their own. She may ask students to make sentences that involve conjunctions. She may give them sentences on a worksheet that are incorrectly marked with commas and conjunctions and ask them to fix it. But whatever way the teacher is involving the students in, the teacher moves around the classroom, providing help when children need the help. Over time, maybe in a day, 2 days, 5 days, depending on the level and complexity of the task, the children now should be able to write their own sentences using conjunctions and commas correctly in English. And so that is important. So the I, we, you approach still comes into play as the teacher scaffolds and provides the guided participation to students. That is important. Let us look at the zone of proximal development in a graphical format and see. Now what you see on the slide is actual knowledge, which is what the child knows, has, can do. Then you see potential knowledge is what a child could do provided he got the help, the assistance, the guidance from the teacher or some other adult. Now the two diagrams on the left and the right of the screen are not the same. Okay? The one on the left has a larger amount of distance between the actual and potential, while the one on the right has a much lesser distance between the actual and the potential. What does that mean? That simply means that the zones of proximal development for two individuals are not the same. They will not be the same, they can't be the same, and so what the child on the left obviously needs much more help than the child on the right. The child with a lesser zone means the child can do much more faster, quicker, easier than the child on the left. So what does this tell the teacher? Are you willing to give more time to the child that needs it and less time to the child that needs less time? In other words, are you willing to give the appropriate, relevant structure and support to different children so that they can succeed and work in their zones of proximal development? And so, Vygotsky's zones of proximal development are really the distance between what a student can do today and what a student can do tomorrow, or in a week, or in a month, or in a year, provided he gets the additional help and support that he needs. Learning occurs in the zone, whatever that zone may be. For some children, the zone may be very narrow. For some children, the zone may be very wide. That is up to the individual student. There's nothing that the teacher can do. I can't make a student's zone of proximal development bigger or shorter because I have enough time or I don't have enough time. The zones of proximal development are there with the student. That is not going to change. And so the idea of scaffolding is one of building on existing knowledge or providing assistance in the zone of proximal development. What is the difference? Building on existing knowledge, that's actual knowledge, actual information that the child knows that he has. The teacher builds on it is an understanding that the teacher is working within that child's zone of proximal development. Really, if you look at it, it's more or less the same thing. Do you look at what a child brings and build on it, or do you just go ahead and work within the child's individual zone of proximal development?